Hey, what's going on? Pete Amato here from Eagles.com, and we have a special video for you today celebrating the greatest fans in all of sports, Philly fans. Philly sports fans are like no other. Love us or hate us, we're the best fans in sports. It's not even up for debate. It's not even close. Even if people don't want to admit it, they know. And we'll also tell it like it is and apologize to absolutely no one. That's why players want to come play here, and other fans want nothing to do with us. But one of the main things, in my opinion, that makes our fans so great is the ability to bring everybody together. It doesn't matter the race, religion, political agenda, nothing. Sports brings people together, and in this city, it's like no other. So that's why I'm excited to have one of our legendary Philadelphia fans with us today, Sean Hagan. This guy is the ultimate Philadelphia sports fan. You've seen him on videos, climbing poles, shotgunning beers. What's going on, Sean? We're excited to have you.
Are we live? Are you recording? Oh, I'm a man on the beach, bro. Thank you for having me. Let's grease them poles, baby. Oh, dude, I just want to get something out of the way. Let's go.
Pass out the
Let's go, Birds.
Thanks for being on the show. I'm going to let you take it away. Give us an idea of the events that led up to this night of craziness and the response after the videos came out. It seemed like the whole city of Philadelphia was in your corner. Tell us a little about what was going through your head.
I'll tell you what, it's been a crazy ride because, I just like to live life and have fun. At the end of the day, you have fun. Sometimes you end up with a good story. Sometimes you end up in jail. And sometimes you end up with both.
That's a good segue.
Born and raised in Philadelphia, dude. I love it. It's the greatest city in the world.
We're a city of champions. It's
NLC, NFC, Embiid's out here dropping fadeaways. We have good food. Blue, white-collared, hardworking, class Americans,
That's right.
And we got backbone, baby. We go work, we party. Listen, I got work tomorrow. I've been happy all week.
Yeah.
Cheers. Let's go, Bird. People call me Shrimp. I've always been called Shrimp from high school.
Where's that come from?
I'll tell you what, I was down Wildwood when I was sophomore summer of high school, hanging out with the older kids down there, Wildwood Shore House. I was on vacation with the gang, with my family. They're like, you have no business being here. You're just a little shrimp. But I was cool, The nickname Shrimp was like, yo, you're just a little shrimp.
For the audience, I know Sean. My cousin grew up with Sean, so I didn't even know his name for the first couple of years.
People call me a legend. I'm just a guy that likes to have fun, and shit happened. That night when I was going wild, I was just having fun. And climbing up the pole, and it's crazy because I was just being myself, dude. That whole night I was at Cavanaugh's having a great time watching the games, drinking twisted teas, doing pickleback. It was awesome. That game was awesome. We just fucking, it was amazing that we were going to the World Series after the NLCS championship. So when I climbed up the pole, I was on the corner of Broad and Sampson on the same block as Cavanaugh. So I get to Cavanaugh's. I'm by myself. I'm out there. We're having fun, cheering in the street. I post myself up. I'm taking a look, and I'm evaluating the situation. And the cop's like, "Yo, if you go up that pole, we're gonna have a problem." Turned his back, and then next thing you know, I'm up that pole.
Yeah.
So I'm up at the top of the pole, and he's looking back at me, and I'm up there. I'm at the fucking. All these fans are out on Broad Street, like we're not even supposed to be here right now, but you know what I mean? Fucking Harper. It was just legendary.
It was.
The moment was a special moment. I'll never forget it.
Absolutely.
And here, like, I felt like Stone Cold Steve Austin up here, and it's funny because Philadelphia fans, like, they could have choose, like, what do? They see a guy at the top of the pole. They're launching beers at him. It's like,
absolutely.
Come on, like, you know what I mean? And I'll tell you what, on Philly, fans of Philly, they take people all over the country.
Yep, I remember
a bunch of Philly fans Great organization. They reposted that a video of a guy launching a beer and me catching that John, shotgunning it. Legend that I
Yeah.
mean, that was cool. That was a cool moment to be
Yeah.
able to have that call.
Yeah, it all lined up. You didn't drop it. You caught it. The stars lined up that night.
And it was just like it was a cool moment to have that call on camera. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's how Hurts is going to be in the end zone with Smith at the Super Bowl, baby. That's going to be legendary.
I
But
think
I'll tell you what, right now, so I'm on that pole and people were throwing me beers, and it was kind of wild, honestly, because I'm sitting there and the first thing I think of just grabbing them and shotgunning them because I'm a big fan of the shotgun. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the best shotgunner in the world. Like, I'll beat anyone in a shotgun.
you
But
enjoy it. You enjoy
I
it.
will enjoy doing a shotgun. And it's funny because when the police officer that testified against me in court, he mentioned that when he turned around and looked up the pole, he seen me at the top of the pole. And he says in court, quote unquote, he was at the top of the pole and he was opening beers with his teeth. I'm like,
thank you.
Yo, I was like sitting there like composed and cool in my turtleneck and black turtleneck and all. Like,
I was actually giving a speech.
Like dying on the inside. Like, I don't have beef with Barstool, but there was moments of that happening, and they chose the moment of where I'm getting brought down on a ladder to share. They didn't share me shotgunning the beer.
I respect them for that. This is why they're so successful. And there's people at Barstool I like. There's people I can't stand. But I got to give them credit. This is why they got second level thinking when it comes to the blogs and getting clicks. That video when you were getting the beers, all over, right? Nobody was posting the video of the beer, so they could make a different story out of it. Like they were the only people that do that.
I was frustrated because I knew I was getting locked up.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to come down the pole because of the fact that I knew I was going to get locked up.
Yeah, you might as well enjoy the moment as much as you can, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going down to my demise. Why am I going to go down to my demise quickly? Like, let's enjoy this moment of you know what I mean? And then the cops pushed everyone down Broad Street. It was time to go down. And I was still up there like, you're going to have to get a ladder out here and you're going to have to come up and get me. And sure as shit, they got the ladder, the fire department, and they brought me a ladder and get me down. So I came down like a first-class citizen, honestly. So that's my perspective. They spun it to where like only in Philly can a guy climb up the pole that can't get down the pole.
You can spin it and be like, only in Philly can a guy climb up a pole, shotgun 7 beers, and then take a red carpet to jail. Right? That's how you do it.
I like that. Look, I might have been too drunk to climb down. But you know what? It didn't come to that point of me actually having to climb down because they got me the ladder.
Yeah.
And I got the ladder, I came down, no problem. So, and
I
went to the fire department. So that night I got thrown in the back of the paddy wagon, right? Okay. So the guy that was throwing me beers got in the back of the paddy wagon too. We became friends. We got pictures. We're on Instagram. That were cool. Okay. I thought that was a cool moment. So next day, so I go to work. I'm a little late. I'm there. We get after it. Next thing you know, it's Tuesday. It's Wednesday. I got knocks on my door. You know that knock. I know you know that knock. It's the police. I left the detective card on my door. I go out. Call the detective, and he was like, "It's embarrassing not bringing you in on these charges, but you pissed the upper people off." So he's like, "You got a warrant for your arrest." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm gonna do the honorable thing. I'll turn myself in.
Climbers, one of them, Sean Hagan. Action News spoke with Hagan right after he was released.
Going forward, I would recommend people not to do it.
I got charged with 3 felonies, 2 misdemeanors, and 1 citation. The citation was public drunkenness, which I totally agree with. Shotgunning 7 beers at the top of a pole. You could deal with altitude levels and shotgunning beers. Like, dude, I was already tuned up going into it. 3 felonies, criminal mischief, conspiracy and inciting a riot. This is wild. I'm getting charged with 3 felonies to for climbing a grease pole. 14 other people that did it that night.
You were the most charismatic one. People were drawn to you, and then they punished you for that.
So this guy from Philly Magazine hit me up and was like, I want to interview you about your GoFundMe. And he was like, listen, I know a lawyer that might be interested in taking your case. And at the time, I was having a real hard time finding a lawyer to take the case because I was being charged 3 felonies. The attention it got on the internet, people didn't want to take it. So I was like, all right. He gave me a guy's name, Chuck Bruto. I knew who Chuck Bruto was, but I read about him. And as I'm reading about Chuck Bruto, I'm like, here's another legend. Like, so Chuck Bruto, I don't know if you know who Joey Marlino is. You look Italian.
Yeah.
So you know who he is. So he was his attorney. He called me. Hello? And I was like, Chuck? Like,
Mr. Bruno?
he's like, dude, listen, I'm dealing with 3 cases right now for January 6th, and they're dragging them out. But he's like, this is different. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be real fun. I'm like, I love to have fun, Chuck. So he wound up representing me, and he didn't do it pro bono. It wasn't what he fully charges. But I had to use the GoFundMe money, the $1,900, go towards what he charged. He represented me in court, and dude, I'll tell you what, that dude, he's that guy. They had the police officer come in, testify against me. And it's funny because Chuck only asked 3 questions to the cop. Did he hurt anybody? His intent? And what was his initial charge? And it was the disorderly conduct was the initial charge that I got. That I chewed up and ate. I put it in I spit it out and put it in my pocket. And later, Chuck texted me. He's like, yo, please tell me you have the original ticket that they gave you that night. And I was like, Chuck, I ate it. And he's like, you ate it? He's like, you're going to see how important that fine is in court. I went through my work pants. It was in my work pants and his chewed up ball, smoothed it out. He's like, yo, come to my house right now. His office on Spruce Street. After the proceeding, I went up to the police officer and I apologized to him because I have respect for the law. So there's a law that's called double jeopardy. You can't get charged twice for the same crime. Since I went and paid for that ticket and did that, I went to court and paid that, and boom, boom, he dropped all charges.
You talked about when you were 17 years old, RedMan suit, ran out there. I watched that game. I remember watching that game, and I'm like, I forget who was the left fielder at the time, but he tripped you. He tripped him. Diaz?
Matt Diaz, dude,
Diaz,
great.
Dressed up in paint and tights with a cape and a mace to cover my face.
I ran out in the field when I was a kid. I haven't been in Citizens Bank Park since.
I found out who it was years later when I met you and with my cousin and stuff like that. Probably like you were 17. I probably met you when you were like probably 6 years after that.
When I got tripped by Matt Diaz, that was funny because, dude, I got the book thrown at me then. I got charged with 90 hours community service. I got kicked out of North Catholic. I wound up graduating from Washington, G-Dub. I was on 7 months probation. They wanted me to put me on drug and alcohol tests for my probation, but Judge Reynolds, he was my judge, great guy. Judge Reynolds said, absolutely not, because I was sober. I was sober when I ran on the Phillies field. Because
I remember you telling me the story, and if you could tell the audience right before who you called and what they said to you when you said you were doing it.
Oh, I called my mom.
And you tell her you're doing it. And what did she say?
I told my mom, I'm doing it. And she's like, Sean, don't do it. Let someone else do it. And I was like, no, Mom, I'm going to do it. It's going to be me. Series with the Braves.
Yeah.
And Diaz was in the outfield, and I was making everybody fall and tumble. Diaz tripped me. Diaz made SportsCenter top 10 number 1. I made not top 10 number 1. That's the only time Diaz ever made it.
Yeah.
I'm on World's Dumbest Criminals for that. I was 17 years old. I'm not a criminal. That's the reason why people think that I got the book thrown at me this time around. I was known as a national idiot across the country as an idiot.
Yeah.
Idiot Phillies fan runs across the Phillies field. So when I got locked up for all this. Look, I'm not rich. I'm not wealthy. I'm a single guy. I pay for everything for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Blue collar. I go to work. I get paid. I don't go to work. I don't get paid. So
Yeah.
I'm a union carpenter. So you know what I mean? I was blown back when people were donating to my GoFundMe, bro.
Yeah.
People gave me $1,900. They don't know.
No, they don't know yet. Yeah.
People didn't know me. They just knew the story and what I was dealing with, and they were giving to the GoFundMe. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And I was blown back by that. And look, I used that money to pay for my parts of my lawyer. And then I took my own money after everything settled in dust, and I gave out an Eagles jacket, a throwback starter Eagles jacket, kind of like this one, but heavier and bigger, but it was a starter Eagles jacket. I threw a throwback Philly starter jacket. And then I gave 2 tickets away for the club box seats, Eagles versus Saints, with a park. I wish I could have given everybody something with that donated to GoFundMe, but you know, I felt like the raffle gave everybody an equal chance to win. We come together because we're all Eagles fans. You know what I mean? And like, you know, I think it's cool because you know when you're part of the Philly Eagle gang, like you got a city behind you, flying high energy, man. I love it. You know, I love this city. I love Philly sports. You know, I'm not going to say I'm the best, the smartest, most intelligent fan. You know, but I am a fan, and I'm a fan of this city, and I'm a fan of you, dog. This is great. This was great talk session. I appreciate you for having me on, brother. You know, it's been a pleasure, man.
The Eagles game, Super Bowl, Broad Street, polls, jail, warrants. You can't get better than that. But I want to thank you again for taking the time. If I don't see you, Super Bowl, be safe. Make sure you find the poles with the least amount of grease so you can get up there, get out, get down, and get out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, grease them, Joel, baby.
So we'll see you after the Super Bowl with our second ring.